안녕하세요. 헝가리 와인 이야기입니다. Hello and welcome to our new episode of Hungarian Wine Stories. If you recall our earlier episode, I promised you to tell you more about Eger wine region's famous red blend, the Egri Bikavér or Eger's Bull's Blood. Staying true to my promise, I will do it today. The wine itself is supposed to be, and there are strict rules and regulations, is supposed to be a red blend of at least 3 red grape varieties. There are about a dozen or somewhat more than a dozen of grape varieties that can be used. The most dominant are Kékfrankos or Blaufränkisch and Kékoporto or Portugieser, but there are a bunch of other grape varieties that can go into the blend from Cabernet Franc, Cabernet Sauvignon, Merlot, Pinot Noir, Shiraz, Zweigelt and Blauburger, of course, and there are a couple of other minor varieties. One of the major rules that one variety cannot be more than 50%, but it has to be at least 5%. As for the name itself, Egri Bikavér, Eger's Bull's Blood, the legend says it that about 500 years ago, more exactly in 1552, when the Turkish Ottoman Empire was occupying much of Europe, they also approached the city of Eger, or the castle of Eger back then, and they started the siege of the castle. The inhabitants of the castle, or the Eger people, ferociously and very bravely withstood the siege. They were defending their city, and to gain courage for the fight and to defend the native city against the Ottoman Turkish armies, they consumed relatively large quantities of red wine. The Ottoman Empire, seeing the red and ferocious faces of the local Eger people, that was stained with red wine, and wine was dripping from the chins, it was staining their teeth, and the Ottoman Empire, the people of the army who were really superstitious, they were thinking that these ferocious beast people, they were drinking the blood of bulls. So they gave up the siege and retreated, and that's how the Eger people came out to be victorious. This is of course a legend, and there is very little truth in this, especially if we consider the facts that back then, about 500 years ago, Eger wine region, it was already a wine region, but the grape varieties were mostly white, so it was a white wine region, and the red varieties got introduced to this region around 130 to 150 years ago. But still, it's a nice story, isn't it? And today's wine is from the same winery that we dealt with in our previous episode, Winery, one of my favorite ones from the Eger region. And we are going to taste their flagship wine, which is the Blaufränkisch or Kékfrankos. It is 100% Kékfrankos, and it is from the 2017 vintage, a really strong year in Hungary. And I'm really looking forward to taste this wine. It's already really promising. I just popped the cork and I swirled it around, but it's already opening, and it's really, just by smelling it, my mouth waters. It has been actually aged for 12 months in used oaks and for another 9 months in the bottle. It's full of red berries and blackberries, lots of forest berries, dry leaves, dry herbs, spices. Really fruity on the palate, lots of spices, more red berries perhaps than black. You can feel the oak as well, but it's really subtle. So as mentioned, they only used oak, so no new oak. It's still just opening, but it's a wonderful wine. Lots of complexity, really good balance. Very long finish. I think I'm going to give it another hour or two to let it breathe and open up, but it's a really delicious drop of Blaufränkisch. Lovely wine. We decided to give it some breathing time, and we are back in about an hour or so. And the wine is opening wonderfully. As I said, lots of wild berries and blackberries. I think blackcurrant and black mulberry are the dominant berry notes now, but there's lots of tobacco, dry leaves, earth, bitter chocolate, coffee beans. It's really, really, really nice. I really like this nice spiciness with lots of pepper and other spices and dry herbs. It is a good medium, not even medium plus, a medium body, medium tannins, a nice acidity and minerality, 13% of alcohol, and very versatile to pair with. So meat dishes, red meat mostly, game meat, a great company for barbecues. So if you can find it, go for it, enjoy.